Alright, before I start this review, there's going to be some mild language in this video, so if you do not like profanity, you better just go away. But if you don't care, then you want to see a review of this movie, then shut up and watch it. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the review. Here's my review for The Lovely Bones, directed by Peter Jackson. Everybody knows who he is, right? I'm pretty sure, hopefully. This is a movie that's been delayed, and, not really delayed, it's been, pushed back and stuff. Had an early limited release in 2008, 2009, and then they said, screw it, we'll put it in 2010. So now it's a 2010 movie. So this is my first 2010 movie that I am reviewing. I don't care if it's in limited run or they released it in 2009, barely in like 3 theaters. It's coming out wide. 2010, that's what year it has been out, okay? So this is my first 2010 movie I am reviewing. I'm going to hold off the top 10 movies of the year. I'm going to do that for a couple days because I'm going to see a couple more movies. I might see 500 Days of Summer. I might see Up in the Air. I'm not sure. And I might see Precious. So, anyway, here's the review for Lovely Bones, right? That's where you came and clicked on this review to see, right? Let's go on to the story of The Lovely Bones. Okay, now the story has to do with Susie Salmon, like the fish. If you see the movie, you'll get that. It pretty much starts out with her life, her not being born, but her as a little girl, with her dad, played by Mark Wahlberg. She's a nice little girl. She grows up, she becomes, she wants to be a photographer. She looks like she's a great girl. She saves her brother in the beginning. So you're like, wow, this is a very likable girl. She saves her brother. She does stuff, blah, blah, blah. She's a likable girl. She's played by Saoirse Ronan, who was in Atonement, which I never saw. I do have it in my DVD collection, though. But I never saw it. So this is my first movie I think I saw her in. And she was actually really good. But anyway, let's go on to the story. She's having a great life, pretty much, saves her brother, loves everybody pretty much. And then one day she meets up a guy, I forgot his name, but it's played by Stanley Tucci. Very, very nice performance by him. She was like, you built something for all my friends and me I can hang out in? Oh, wowee. And she goes in there and Stanley Tucci, he looks like maybe the kind of nice guy, but then he gets all creepy and shit, and then he kills her. Yep. That's pretty much the story. She's dead. Now, this is where it gets, definitely, this is where the story picks up. She is dead, but she still sees things, obviously, it's saying in this movie, if you're dead, you can still see your family, communicate with them a little bit, and that's pretty much what the story is. I mean, I didn't spoil anything. Don't give me shit, because this is how it's advertised. Blah, blah, blah. She's having a wonderful life until she was murdered. Dun, dun, dun. And it's not really like it hides the fact that who killed her. And really, it pretty much tells you this guy killed her. I mean, it really does. I mean, you could see him on this poster right here. That's the guy who killed her. Yada. Obviously. So, yeah, the story is actually great. I never saw a story like this, really. I always saw, stories about the grieving parents, and you do get this, a little bit of that in this movie. But you see, obviously, mostly the story about her. And after she's dead, having to deal with, her little sister growing up and dating, and then she has to watch the parents grieve over and try to really search for the killer and get hurt along the way, and she has to deal with the stuff and she can't say anything. She even has a boyfriend before she dies and she never kissed him. God damn it. Damn, really, she's not having a good day, is she? So yeah, definitely the story is fantastic. I would definitely say definitely different. I mean, there's movies like this that involve a kid getting killed by someone, and they have to find out who did it, but you never have the point of view of the dead child. That's definitely different. But this is also an adaptation of a book. So let's go on to acting because I talked about the story a little bit too long. So yeah, let's go on to the story. I mean, no, not story, acting. Okay, now the acting is fantastic from everybody, I have to say. Mark Wahlberg played the dad, the grieving dad. Everybody's grieving in this movie. And you never see them, kid around or anything. I mean, he's a loving father. You can definitely tell because he really is sad that this girl has passed away because as his child, obviously. Uh, but you could tell he's really upset. He's really figuring out who did it. He's finding out everybody on his street that figure. He's looking through the address book of the world. I don't even know where he got that. He's really doing some fucking Batman stuff to find out where this killer is, and you really feel like, damn, he really does care, even though he is an actor. I think that might be his kid, to be honest. I think he really died. I think they really gave him like something to work with. Like they actually killed his dog or something. He was like, "If you don't do this, we're gonna kill your family." Okay, man, I'm just sad. Like all that stuff. Anyway, yeah, he did a great job. Not phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. There's some cheesy dialogue he says, but he does pretty good. I was definitely expecting him to suck, to be honest, but he was definitely good. Also, Saoirse Ronan plays the girl. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. She does great. I mean, she does, like I said before, she looks like the girl. She's the innocent little girl, and she plays that throughout the movie. She gets a little more violent in the way she talks during the movie. There was like one time when she was like, I would want to kill the killer and watch all the blood spill out of his veins or something like that. I was like, God damn. It's like, woo. And it's great acting from her. Definitely great job. I mean, this ain't her first movie, but this is probably her biggest movie, to be honest. Rachel Weisz, to be honest, I liked her. She was okay, but not much of a role for her. I mean, she didn't do much. Susan Sarandon also, she was kind of like the comic relief almost, because there was a scene where there was a whole montage of her cleaning the house and doing stuff and screwing it all up because she doesn't care. She's the mom of Rachel Weisz that doesn't really care. So, yeah, she was kind of useless in this. And Stanley Tucci, who I think should get Best Supporting Actor of the Year because he did a phenomenal job. He was creepy. If I ever see this motherfucker, I will smack him and go, ah! I'll scream the other way. Because he's a creepy dude. He is in this movie. And the first time I saw him, I'm like, oh, he looks like a decent kind of guy. And then later, you're like, damn, I don't even want to look at that guy. So yeah, he did a phenomenal job. So the acting overall was fantastic. Let me just go on to the overall, okay? The movie is fantastic. I loved it. I don't know why critics are giving this a bad review. I can see why, because the CGI, this is what I didn't talk about. The CGI is not that good. Okay, people are like, the visuals are amazing. Now, the visuals might be nice, some of the visuals, but the CGI is so freaking, like, Terry Gilliam-esque. It's just, I thought I was in not paranormal, the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus for a second. I was like, what the hell? Because it's so cartoonish, and it doesn't match with all the brutality that's in the movie. It's a PG-13 movie, but it could be close to an R-rated movie, because just the theme of her being killed and I don't want to spoil it, but there's some really suggestive themes in here, and it just didn't mix. Just a cute little CGI, and sometimes the CGI was really good. That's when it was like kind of scary. There was a couple times where it was really scary. There was one time where you see like this big thing just crash down and go into this big, deep, dark hole, and it was like, damn, that's pretty scary. But everything else, not very good. It's very CGI loaded, and I was like wondering why this was $100 million budget. I was like, damn, really? $100 million for this? That was more than the freaking budget for Lord of the Rings. And I was like, because the CGI ain't that great. I thought maybe 50 million, maybe 60, but 100? God damn. I'm like, why can't you do a District 9 here, man? I mean, I know you didn't direct District 9, but you definitely helped finance it and stuff and saw it all the way through. Why couldn't you do that for the Lovely Bones? Anyway, that's the only real complaint I have besides maybe Susan Sarandon and Rachel Weisz's characters. I love this movie, alright? I really do. It's my favorite of 2009, but, I could say that about any movie. It's the best movie of 2009 so far. I've only seen one. But, yeah. It's also the worst movie of 2009. I could say that, too, because it's the only movie I saw. So, I could say it's the best movie, second best movie. I don't know what would be the first. Anyway, I have to admit, this was a great movie. I'm going to be a little bit more serious, like I said. I'm going to give it 8.7 out of 10. Definitely a great movie. Don't listen to the critics. It's a good movie. I think so, at least. Alright, so, and also, I saw it burned. I have to admit, I saw it burned because I couldn't wait. I had to see it. And I might see it in theaters anyway because it was so good. Okay, so maybe. I'm a little tight on money. And I want to see Daybreaker soon. And this is coming out like the 15th or something like that, or the 22nd. Anyway, that's my review. 8.7 out of 10. Great movie. Definitely an Oscar contender for this Oscars. I don't know why critics are not liking this movie. Good job here, Jackson. You made another great movie. You fucker.